Doing today? Hopefully y'all doing great. So this is gonna be a quick live. I know I usually do my lives like 1 hour, but today it's gonna be short. So I just wanna touch in with you guys, see how everybody's doing today. So it's about how to trust the universe. I've been getting a lot of questions about this. Mark, how can I trust what I can't see? Like how can I trust something to create? You know, what's the principle behind it? You know what I mean? It's very essential to trust the creative process because everything to create in our lives, it has to come from like an invisible source to become a visible source. So you guys know that, right? Good. Hey, how you guys doing? Been seeing 888 all day. You seen 888 all day, man. That's some abundance coming to you. Hey from San Antonio. Hello, hello, hello. Good to see you guys as well. Good to see everybody here. Australia's in the house. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up, tribe? Everybody's doing good. Right. From Georgia. Ooh. Georgia, Georgia. Been seen 8. So everybody's here. Hello. Trust the process. Good morning, Mark. California, Sweden. Wow, you guys are really worldwide. It's good to see all you guys. Liverpool, UK. So you guys, all right, look. Okay. The bottom line is, when it comes to creating what you want, it's not going to make sense. You're not going to see a path. You're not even going to know how. You're not even going to know when. Repeat that. Think about it. When it comes to manifesting what you want, there are a lot of times you're not going to know when or how or even. Come on. You guys, everybody's experienced this before. You wanted to create something and the way you wanted it, it didn't come that way, but it came something totally different, man. Right? That's to show you how the universe. Someone asked me, how do you win the larger amounts on scratch off tickets? My new lottery video I put up. The video I put up, actually, I'm going to make a new one. So I'm going to create another video, but I'm going to delete this one. Because when I did this video, there was some copyright stuff on there. So if you notice a lot of ads on there, YouTube is doing that. I'm going to delete that. Someone claimed that there's a percentage of the video is copyright, but don't worry, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna make a new one, upload it, and boom, you start watching it. But to do the lottery thing, scratch off thing, to win more money on it, you have to visualize it, and then you have to kind of, first of all, when you do the lottery or scratch offs, you have to have your go-to spots. Like there's a few stores or something you have to go to that the energy feels good. So that means each night when you go to bed, you can visualize the different spots. You can visualize that store, and then just walk through your mind's eye, go into each store, and then see which one feels right. See something pop out in a store, and then what happens is when you visualizing this in the morning or when you ever go out to buy your scratch-off ticket, you'll get a quick vision inside your head of one of those stores and a ticket, and that's where you should go buy your ticket. I do that all the time, and you get to win. You win a lot of top tier prizes, man. You know what I mean? So if you see, it's all about that. Mark, I subscribed to vibrational numbers, and I wasn't sure I would get the numbers by email. No, okay. So if you do the vibrational numbers, subscribe. There's a post in the community for vibrational numbers. I'm gonna go there and check it, but I'm gonna redo it again, and that's gonna be good. So just go there, write it in. I'll check that. You know, I've been busy, guys, so just bear with me. I'm gonna get to everybody. So if you did the vibrations, go there. The other channel I got, the Quantum Chosen One channel, I'm going to start doing work on that channel. I'm going to bring a lot of videos on that channel, so get ready for that. You guys could go subscribe. I'm going to start doing content on there. So I got a lot of things in the works, but you know how it goes. You got to set it up, and it got it to be the perfect time. And I'll be doing another video coming soon again. Already spoke with Cynthia Stafford and Mr. Speak It. So she's going to come on and we're going to do another interview and put it on the Quantum Chosen One podcast. So we just set up the date and everything for that. So a lot of good stuff coming up for you guys to help you guys get stuff rolling for you, man. See how it works? All right, guys. Again, this is not going to be one of my long lives, so just probably a few minutes. I don't know, 20, maybe 30 minutes today. But I just want to get here to see how you guys are doing. So yeah, how to trust the universe, right? So as I was saying, so remember now, a lot of things are going to come into our lives, and we don't know quite how. And listen, and that's okay, guys. It's okay to do that. So how to trust the universe is basically this. It's getting into a mindset or mindset of what you want or what you desire. Just to make sense of this, it's basically getting into a state that you can see your dreams already fulfilled. That's how you trust the universe. You trust the universe by seeing an end goal of you getting what you want. So what happens when you do that? When you do that, you're talking to the universe. You're telling the universe, I put my utmost trust and faith that this goal that I've seen is going to come into my reality to be manifested. Whether it be something, if you want to get your health better, if you want to get your life better, you gotta do that. But you know, the interesting thing is, now listen, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, oh, it's so simple to do. Because look, if it was, everybody be doing it, everybody be manifesting. But it is, because here's the secret to make it simple. The thing called your mind, that ego mind, what it does is, whenever you try to look at the best thing in your life, what happens? That guy comes in and try to show you the worst thing in life. Then you start to go into this cycle. Like you try to be positive, you try to look positive, then the mind comes in and says, well, what if this happened? Notice how your mind always just like goes for the worst, but it never looks at the best, right? And that's something that's fascinating to me, man. And I've been thinking about that for a while, and I came up with the answer to that. I'm like, okay, man, why does my mind, like, the good stuff I want, I can see it, but then it just pops in, and it all shows me the contrast of what I don't want and what could happen. Like if you've been in a situation, you're sick or something, it always shows you the worst. Anything happening in your life, it will show you the worst. And then what happens with that, that's going to create anxiety from your body. The anxiety is going to lead to more worry and doubt. So the mind has this cycle, right? So I was thinking to myself, man, how can you break that stuff, man? What's the secret? Because that's about trusting the universe. And I just said, you know what if I just started to overrule the mind? Like when the mind would show me the negative stuff, why don't I just tell the mind I only want to see the positive stuff? And that was very simple. And that stuff worked, man. So I kept practicing every time I would visualize or what I want or whatever you go through in your life. Because part of this, guys, remember this, okay? If you're here, you're going to have obstacles in your way. They're just going to be things that are going to be happening in your life. They just happen. And it's up to you to decide, you know, you have to push on through and you have to find a way to it. That's just how it is. And, you know, none of us here is perfect, and all of us have things going on in our lives, right? You all have stuff going on. And that's why sometimes it's difficult to focus, because you're distracted by so much stuff, right? Work, things, health, all type of stuff going on in your life. But the thing is, you have to attempt to maintain this positive outlook. I know it's even. I know when you're going through it, you're like, man, how it's hard to be positive. People say, man, I have chronic pain. I have this, that. This happened in my life. I get it. And I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm telling you that once you start to do it, you will see the results, because you're shifting the mind state. And that's what it's all about with trusting the universe. It's getting into a mind state that's going to bring this to your life. Someone says it's an evolution. We're programmed to use the negative. Yep. To protect us. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. So the thing I get back to why the mind was doing it, it was just as this person commented here. It's a program, man. This program been living with us, in us, since we were like little kids. And the program shows itself. Remember, the program just wants to protect. That's all the program cares about, is protection. So the program will do whatever it can to make you stop and freeze. And remember, now we're talking about the analytical mind here, so your mind is smart. So the analytical mind now will start to think. That's what happens. It thinks of the worst stuff in your life, or what's going to happen. And then, bam. You know, guys, look, the thing about the mind is, man, it can drive you to be positive and happy, but it can drive you into like depression, and even some people have, suicidal thoughts, all that stuff. Look, it's okay if that happens. Nobody's perfect. You're going to go through stuff, but you got to remember that the big picture is you can overcome it. If you're focused, if you keep going, things will work out for you. Things will manifest. Even if it doesn't look like it right now, you're going through it. This is important to have that positive aspect mindset, man. It's that's how you're gonna get it. Get how it work? Yeah. Mark, do you have any longer subliminals to program in your subconscious while we sleep on YouTube? Like a longer version? Yeah, the 8881 I have it. I'm gonna make a longer version soon. But guys, when you use YouTube, you can loop it. So if you listen to subliminals, you can loop it. And also, I know a lot of subliminals. Like what I do when I do the subliminals, because YouTube plays these ads. So what I try to do is try to take the ads out from in the middle. So the ads will just run in the beginning or in the end, so that when you're watching the subliminals, you don't get interrupted in the middle. I do that, and you can also get what's called YouTube Premium, where YouTube has a service where you can just get the YouTube for like, I don't know, $2 extra per month, and it takes off all the ads, and you see everything without no ads. It's called YouTube Premium. So that's something you may think about if you're having difficulty with the like subliminals or the ads. But with my subliminals, you can just loop those, and then you'll see more good stuff happening there, right? Yeah, you can make your own subliminal. Someone here said they're going to make their own subliminal. That's good, right? So you can make your own subliminal and get stuff working. Yeah, the release resistance. Someone here says, who's this? This is Eric. Says, I like the release resistance affirmation. I need to ignore it, but it keep happening. Yeah, there's a lot of things, guys. But trust in the process now is when you're on your way and you're creating it, but you're meeting a lot of distractions in your life. It's like all this stuff is happening. What you have to start to do now, this is where the faith and the expectation comes in. You know, a lot of time, and I'm telling you this, it's all right for you not to know how, when, or to figure. You can't listen. Don't put your mind into that stuff. Don't occupy the mind into that stuff. Try to occupy or attempt to occupy your mind into things that will lead you to what you want, your desires. Because guys, you gotta get this, man. If you let your mind start to run it, man, it'll take you into a turmoil, man. You don't want to be in turmoil with the mind, because it's programmed to just go crazy on you, man. It could just put you in a loop, man. I've seen it happen all the time. And the next thing, guys, here's how to trust the universe. Stop looking too far ahead. Enjoy what's happening right now. Don't look and worry about what's coming later or what's happening or what is this going to do. Don't do any of that, because you start to do that, you'll rob yourself of the present moment. You're taking away the joy of what's happening now. Because, you know, this is critical, because the mind will say, well, notice your mind always have a rebuttal for you. Oh, you got lucky. Oh, this happened. You won't have to get it again. Maybe it's this. Maybe it's that. Don't entertain it, man. That's one thing I learned about this stuff, man, is that I'm going to share an important lesson with you that I learned. And maybe this will help you when it comes to trusting the universe, God, whatever. Okay? Here's what I learned. At times, my mind would always give me like a worst case scenario. Like, oh, it's always looking worse. Cause by nature, I'm analytical, right? And it took a lot for a person analytical. It takes a lot for you to trust the universe, because your brain is just so analytical. It's like, well, how about that? That makes no sense. So what I noticed is, like, when my mind would project the things that were going to happen or coming up, whenever I got into that state of those things, it's not as bad as I thought it would. It didn't freak me out as my mind made it look. So my point is this: your mind is going to do two things. It's going to show you the worst case scenario and the best case scenario. And I gotta tell you something. When they do happen, they will be normal. Look, I remember one specific instance, man. I told you when I won the lottery, right? And I went to check the ticket. In my mind, when I was visualizing, I was in this like super happy, like, oh, it's gonna be awesome. Don't get me wrong, I was happy when it happened. But when I did it and I checked the tickets, and something dawned on me. I was like, you know what? I felt good. I'm happy. But the way my mind made it look like I was gonna be, it's like I'm gonna be circling the place, jumping, and balloons are gonna fall. People are gonna be. It wasn't even like that. It was just like a sense of like peace, release, and just it was a good thing. It was happy. My point is, you cannot trust and listen to the mind when it comes to the negative aspects. It's going to show you like, oh, your life's going to be this way. It's going to turn out that way. Don't do that, because that's going to tear down your confidence. Okay. So to trust the universe, you have to get your mind focused on only what you want. Then the next process is now you have to do some mental work. Well, Mark, what is the mental work I have to do? Well, you know, guys, to create your life, you're going to have to do work and take action. And some action could be meditation, visualization, putting yourself in new experiences. Those are the action steps you got to do. And then the action also implies the repetition, repeating it over and over again. Those are things you have to do, because you're telling the universe, I trust the process. Okay? That's basically how this stuff works. I mean, look, when it comes to the universe, you and I aren't entitled to know exactly how everything is going to come into our world. It's impossible for us to do that. Number one, our brains aren't equipped to fully understand the complexity of how the nature of the universe works, from the supramolecular to whatever. We just have a basic understanding. And the truth is, maybe our brains can never be able to grasp that. Maybe our brains are still evolving. Maybe it'll be millions of years before we can even do that. But that's okay for right now. All you have to know is that it works. Right? Well, I'll give you an example. Look, if you get a cold in your body, right? Do you ever question like how exactly your body works to fix itself? No, you just know that get a cold. It may get better sooner, or it may take a little longer, but eventually I'll get better, right? So you don't know like the detailed process. Even if you go to the doctor, there's some doctors that tell you, well, we'll just do this. Let's wait till it clears up. They can't tell you. They just say, well, the body got to do its thing. So everything is coded in this thing that we can't truly understand, but the process works, right? Oh, eventually you'll get better, right? It's the same thing with when you're creating what you want. It's okay for you not to try to know the exact way, but you just have to know that what you want is coming towards you and you're going to get it. See what I'm saying? Right, yeah, faith, patience, repetition are the keys. That's correct. Jay Golden. Oh, Jay Golden always has the good stuff. Someone says, I never actually, who's this here? This is Carlton says, I never actually manifested paper money. I manifested things that bring me money. Business, lottery, job. Yes, that's what it's about. You got to know, first of all, to trust the universe. I'll tell you something. To trust the universe, you have to know what you want. That's the first step. You got to know what you want. And then not only got to know what you want, you have to stick to that thing. You can't just go in and say, I want this today and I want that tomorrow, and you just keep changing the game or the plan like that. Because what's going to happen? You're going to delay, right? You're going to create delay. Right? You're going to create delay. What does dream about a river mean? A river could mean clarity. It could mean peace. Depends on what's happening there. You get what I'm saying, guys? Someone said, how much should I look for synchronicities versus how much should I just chill out? All right. Rule number 1. Here's the game. When you're creating your stuff, don't look for synchronicities. That's not how it goes. Just focus on what you want and just do your thing throughout the day. You don't look for anything. Looking for it, running away. That's what happens. See, if you're going to look for synchronicities, part of your mind, reticular activating system, or RAS, is going to start to just bring synchronicities to you. Don't worry. Let me tell you how this stuff works. When the synchronicities start to show up, you don't even need to go looking for them. They're just going to find you and pop out. You're just going to notice them. They won't. You can't miss it. They'll do something that you have to say, oh my goodness, there's no way this can be random. There's no way this can be random. That's how when the universe is going to do something, it's going to let you know it's going to do something. When the universe is going to bless you or it's going to bring you what you desire, you're going to know. The signs are going to, you can't hide the signs. I mean, it'll organize things in a way that you can never say, oh, it's random. Even your ego can't say, man, I got to tell you this one. There's no way that's random. It can make a car pop out. It can make, you'll just know that, all right, there's something going on here, that something is controlling, that this cannot be a random act. That's when a true synchronicity starts to appear. Okay? Does drinking alcohol limit your manifestation? Drinking too much alcohol, yes, will limit your manifestation because it dulls out your mind and to focus. See that? My parents are interfering with my manifesting because they are negative. What should I do? Stop telling your parents what you're manifesting. Keep what you're manifesting to yourselves. When it comes to people, this is the thing. This is another thing to trust the universe. You got to let certain people go, man. I'm telling you, there are certain people. Listen, man, I've experienced this. I've had family and friends or someone, and when they come around me and they're next to me, man, I feel this heavy energy. There's like heaviness around them. They may be smiling with me and laughing and everything. I'm saying, hey, what's going on in your life? They said everything is going good. But that's on the external. But the internal, these people have issues. Because, listen, energy don't lie. You can't lie. You can't lie with energy. You could lie to me with your like persona or personality. Hey, but your energy can't lie. It's going to introduce you if you're someone that's very awakened or enlightened. You're going to pick it up. So when it comes to people, like, there's certain people that they come around me, man. I'm like, I just feel drained, man. You'll pick up, like, you'll feel sad. You'll just, because, you know what I mean? They have something going on and internally need to clean or cleanse. You don't want to be a part of that. So what you have to do, you have to understand, okay, I got to live in my association with this person, right? Or I got to live in my association with that person. Because every time I do this or do that, I notice I'm going down and down. See what I'm saying? So the rule of thumb is this. I observe people, and if they're in alignment with what I want, and I know they're on my side, then of course I can talk to them and tell them stuff about manifest. But if they're not on your side, if they're negative, you're gonna know. Don't tell them, because when you tell them, your words and their doubt can creep into your mind and can affect you, and then you're gonna spend a lot of energy trying to just get back to being normal, man. See what I'm saying? So why do I keep getting slammed by repeated numbers every day? Should I play the lottery? Okay, next thing. Remember now, if you're seeing repeated numbers every day, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to play the lottery. If you're someone that's manifesting the lottery and you want that as a part of your life, then you play the lottery. But if you're seeing repeated numbers every day, it could mean something else for your goals. Because a lot of people don't want to win the lottery. They want to do other stuff. So it's not for everybody. So if you see repeated numbers, it could mean other things going on in your life it's telling you to look for. But if you're someone that wants to create through the lottery and you're seeing repeated numbers a lot, then you're in the right place, because the repeated numbers can help you to win. It does for me. They can give you can see numbers to play. You can do so much things that the universe can do. And this is the thing, guys. When you are going to trust the universe, you have to have a keen sense of awareness. You have to notice stuff, because the universe is going to send you a lot of clues and tips to help you. And Sometimes you pass it over, but it's okay. The universe is going to jump back again and give it to you. So how do I manifest clients in my real estate business? All right. To manifest clients, it's all about setting up a system. You got to get the mind right. You got to get the focus right. You got to believe. It's a whole other thing. Guys, if you want to live your best life and create what you want, then you're going to have to get someone that can do good at mentoring. And I have my program right now. I am booked, but if you need or desire for someone to help you mentor, then hey, reach out. I'll put it in there. Even though I'm booked, but that's something I want to do to help you. So I think you can see my mentoring link. I'll put it at the end of this thing to help you to achieve your goals. But we all need mentors. We all need someone that can show us the way and help us to get to our life. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's something you have to do. I do this every day when I come on this live, guys. I mentor all of you guys. I give you information, put stuff out there to help you. But there's individuals that will need that one-on-one counsel, which is always good to get. Mark, why have all the show crabs disappeared in Alaska? Is this a sign from the universe? Snow crabs disappeared in Alaska. Well, you guys, that's a good point with the snow crabs in Alaska. Interesting thing about that, when things are about to shift, the first line of noticing will be animals. So if you see snow crabs disappearing, it's just something happening with the environment around us. So that's interesting. So that's another sign. I'm glad you brought that up. When you trust the universe, not only are you going to see synchronicities, but what about animals? Not inanimate objects. Things will start to come around, right? To show the universe that you trust in the universe. When you trust the universe is going to trust you. You know that, right? Does consuming cannabis affect your manifestation? All right, what the rule is this: alcohol, cannabis, too much of that will affect it. If you do things in balance, you'll be fine. That's the all thing. Anything you do to abuse it will have an effect. You can abuse anything. You can abuse water, man. You can drink too much water. The key is about balance. Whatever you do, balance it. If it works for you, it works for you. All right, guys, so that's the time I have for today. So I'll check you guys next week. Maybe I'll do a longer live. Thank you so much. See ya.